Hello students, this video is about the methods of generating induced EMF. So as we know that an induced EMF can be produced by changing the magnetic flux linked with a circuit. So whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux linked with a circuit, an induced EMF is set up in that circuit. So now we are talking about the methods, how we can generate induced EMF. And as the reason for generating induced EMF is change in magnetic flux, the reason for it is change in magnetic flux. So basically we want to know what are the methods by which we can change the magnetic flux. So if we change magnetic flux, there will be a change in magnetic flux, and because of that induced EMF in the circuit generate, right? So as we know that to generate induced EMF we need to change magnetic flux. So methods of generating induced EMF actually focus on the methods of how to change magnetic flux linked with that circuit. So the magnetic flux, that means the number of field lines passing through that area normally, the magnetic flux mathematically given as BA cos theta. Okay, so the magnetic flux phi is equal to BA cos theta, where B is the magnetic field, A is the area of the coil, and theta is the relative orientation of B and A. B और A के बीच का angle is called theta. Okay, so we have these three factors B, A and theta. So by changing either of them, any one of them, अगर हम किसी एक को भी change करते हैं, if we change B, phi will change, and if phi change, induced EMF will be generated. Similarly, if we change A, magnetic flux will change and induced EMF will generate. And if we change theta, this term cos theta will change. Because of that, magnetic flux will change and we get some induced EMF. So the methods for generating induced EMF are by changing the magnetic field. This is the first method, by changing the magnetic field, capital B. Second, by changing the area of the circuit. By changing the area of the circuit or a coil, that is A. And by changing the relative orientation theta. Now this relative orientation is of B and A. So if we change any one of these, by changing any one of these, we can change magnetic flux and can get induced EMF. Now I'm talking about the first method, that is based on the magnetic field B. So how to change magnetic field, and because of that induced EMF will set up. So in this method there are three possibilities that we have already studied. One, that moving a magnet towards a stationary coil, means you keep the circuit stationary and move the magnet towards it. So the first possibility is moving magnet towards stationary coil. Right, this is the first possibility. Second possibility is moving a coil towards a stationary magnet. Second thing is by moving a coil towards a stationary magnet. And the third possibility is changing a current in the neighboring coil, means we want to change or vary the current in a neighboring coil. So basically this first method is based on Faraday's experiment. All these points we have studied in Faraday's experiment in the earlier videos. So we can change the magnetic field by either moving magnet towards a stationary coil or by moving a coil towards a stationary magnet. Means there is some relative motion between the magnet and the coil, or if we have two coils, then by changing the current in a neighboring coil we can also change the magnetic field B. This is the case 1. Now coming to the next one, in which we are changing the area. So induced EMF by changing the area of a coil. Now this we can study by using the example that we have used earlier of motional EMF. Means we have a U-shaped conducting railing and a conductor PQ, right? So we have a conductor PQ and a U-shaped railing. So this arrangement make a coil PQRS. Now if we move PQ, suppose I am moving PQ in this direction and its new position is this P dash Q dash. So by moving this conductor PQ on this U-shaped railing, we can change the area of the coil, and when we change its area, the magnetic flux will also change. Okay, so we are considering a conductor. Let a conductor PQ of length L. Now this conductor is moving with velocity v towards right. Okay, it is moving with velocity v towards right on U-shaped conducting rails. Towards right on U-shaped conducting rails. Now because of this, the area PQRS will be changed, and this change, suppose its position P dash Q dash is achieved after the time dt. Okay, so we are considering that the conductor slides to its new position P dash Q dash in the time dt. So time taken by the conductor PQ in reaching P dash Q dash is dt. The magnetic field in this region is uniform and time independent and is directed towards inside the plane of the paper. Okay, so this is the magnetic field and its value is capital B that we have considered. The time taken by the conductor from moving from position PQ to P dash Q dash is dt. So the distance, this distance Q dash and P dash is actually equal to the speed into time. So this is V dt. The distance traveled by the conductor is speed into time, that is V dt. Because of this distance traveled, the change in area is equal to the region P dash Q dash Q. This much area is actually the change in area of the coil. So this is the change in area of P dash Q section is the change in area of the coil. So change in flux, or actually I can write it as increase in flux. As the area is increasing, the flux भी increase होगा, increase in flux. और अगर ये decrease हो रहा होता area, so ये होता decrease in flux. This time it is increase in flux. Or we can simply write it as change in flux. So change in flux will be B into change in area. And it is B and the area is लेंथ इंटू ब्रेथ. तो इसका जो एरिया है सेक्शन का P डैश Q डैश Q, इसको हम लिख सकते हैं दिस V dt इंटू लेंथ L, बिकॉज वी हैव कंसीडर्ड द लेंथ ऑफ कंडक्टर एज L. सो इट इज V dt into L. This is the change or increase in magnetic flux that can be observed. Now because of this, an induced EMF is set up in the loop, and the magnitude of that induced EMF can be given as d phi over dt. So magnitude of induced EMF in the loop can be given as mod epsilon is equal to d phi over dt, and the d phi, that is the change in magnetic flux, is b v dt L upon dt. So it will be b L v. So this is the induced EMF, and according to Fleming's right hand rule, the induced current because of this EMF will flow in anti-clockwise direction. So we can apply Fleming's right hand rule to find the direction of the induced current because of this setup induced EMF. This is the second case. Now move to the third case. The third case or the process by which we can induce EMF is that by changing the relative orientation of B and A. That means we are going to change the angle theta. By changing theta, we can also change the magnetic flux, and an induced EMF will be set up there. So for this, we consider a coil PQRS that is free to rotate in a uniform magnetic field, and the axis of rotation of the coil is perpendicular to the field. This is what we are considering. So let's draw the diagram for that. So we consider a coil PQRS with its axis of rotation perpendicular to the field B vector. Now the flux through the coil, when the normal of that coil makes an angle theta with the field. So this is the normal to the coil. This coil's normal is making an angle theta with the direction of the field. This is the direction of field B. This is the direction of field, and this is the normal. N cap is the normal to the coil, and it makes an angle theta. So at this instant where the normal makes angle theta with the field, the magnetic flux can be given as phi is equal to BA cos theta. Then at this instant, at this particular instant, BA cos theta is the magnetic flux, where A is the face area of the coil. कॉइल के फेस का एरिया है, ये पूरा फेस कितना आ रहा है, इसका एरिया कैपिटल ए है, बी इज द फील्ड, एंड थीटा इज द एंगल दैट द नॉर्मल ऑफ द कॉइल मेक्स विद magnetic field capital B. Now this coil is rotating. We are talking about changing the relative orientation, means theta. So this coil is rotating with an angular velocity of omega. This we are assuming that if coil is rotating with angular velocity omega and turns through an angle theta in time t. So what we are assuming कि जो coil है वो ओमेगा वेलोसिटी से मूव कर रही है और t टाइम में ये थीटा एंगल को कवर करती है मूव करते करते. So then we can write theta as omega into t, that is angular displacement is equal to angular velocity into time. So theta angle can be written as omega into t. Now by using this in the formula of magnetic flux, we can write phi as BA cos omega t. So this is the value of magnetic flux in terms of omega and t. Since the coil is rotating, the magnetic flux linked with it is changing, that we know, and this induced EMF that is set up in that coil because of the change in magnetic flux, we can give it by the Faraday's law. So this induced EMF epsilon is actually can be given as minus d phi over dt, that is the opposite of the rate of change of magnetic flux. So epsilon is equal to minus d over dt of BA cos omega t. Now on differentiating, we can write it as B constant as the field is same. Area of the face of the coil is also constant. So we have to differentiate cos omega t. So d over dt of cos omega t. And we know that the differential of cos is minus sign, and here is omega t, so we have to write omega. Then the answer will be epsilon is equal to minus BA and minus omega sine omega t. This is the differential of cos omega t with respect to t. And the final answer is BA omega sine omega t. So the induced EMF that is set up in the coil can be given as epsilon is equal to BA omega sine omega t. Now if the coil has n turns, right, the condition is if coil has capital N turns, then in that case this epsilon will be NBA omega sine omega t. Means the EMF that is set up in the one turn, for n turns it becomes n times of that one turn EMF. So epsilon is equal to NBA omega sine omega t. So that's how we can set up or we can generate induced EMF in a coil. These are the methods for generating induced EMF in a coil. That's it for this video. For next video, stay tuned and keep studying. Thank you.